All right. All right, saints. Most High Christ bless everybody. Happy Sabbath.
Happy Sabbath to you too.
We all praises to the Most High Israel for giving us the spirit to come here, fellowship, keep His commandments, and learn what His will is. So all praises to the Most High. So we're going to deal with a classic topic. I feel like through the Spirit of the Lord asking me, or not asking, but telling me, and praying and asking the Lord. It's about repentance. Like I said, it's a classic. Something many of us know about. And we'll see what the Lord has to say today. So the name of today's lesson is repentance. Hey, Kasai, it's a question up here. Is this something that you've done with? A question? Somebody related word.
It's a question up here. Was it something that you dealt with?
So before we get into our lesson, I'll answer this question. The question says, if we are to exhort one another daily, why do we compare another person to someone else, and when it may hurt their feelings? Comparing hurts, makes a person feel like they aren't good enough. I agree, I understand that comparing one person to the next person could be, it was offensive. Now, it's also two sides to every story. And oftentimes, the way that we hear things when we are offended is not necessarily the way that the person is intending for you to hear it. Like I said, I'm not sure about the situation, but I try and deal with it, the unknown and the unforeseen and the untold, as best as I can to help you to understand. So now let's be charitable and say, and I could be wrong, but still hear it out. Let's be charitable and say that this person that compared you with somebody else is saying that. So let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6. It's saying that you should be doing something different. So Sirach 6 and 17. Read that.
This is Ecclesiasticus 6 and 17. Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also.
Now we are all friends one of another, like a big family. Every type of kindred in a family. You can have grandmothers and grandfathers and mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers, aunties and uncles, cousins, bookshelves. You to put the pictures on. And human books, yeah. You finding that funny, right, Jeremiah?
You know who got the blood that I gave?
It didn't take you long to steal their hearts either. So here it says that it's expected for you to be like other people, for you to be like that person. Now I'm being optimistic. Instead of it being the worst case scenario, you being compared to somebody else. The best case scenario is you got a brother or sister, and that brother and sister is in their righteousness. And they're saying, hey, you're supposed to be like such and such. That's how I would look at it. But it hurt your feelings. Maybe because it came during a time when you were slipping. You might have did something that you wasn't supposed to do. Because typically when people are on good terms, they don't just come out and start saying who you need to be like. Then in the topic, maybe you could have possibly did something that they didn't like, and they see something in on somebody else um, that we're supposed to be like. I think it's go to the book of Romans. '15. Not Romans, it's Philippians 2. All right, the Philippians 2 and verse 3. Start at. You can read it from the top.
This is the book of Philippians 2 and verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory.
Right. So our conversations that we have, they're not supposed to be argumentative. Not supposed to be striving and going back and forth and contentious. So if this was said during the time of an argument, that's wrong. If it was said and there was no strife, it could be that they were only trying to exhort you and say that you should be having some Christ-like things, and they put it on somebody that you can see, somebody that you know. Remember, I'm painting the best case scenario. You know how it went down. So I'm not picking a side. I'm saying how, in a different light, possibly you could see something different. What if he didn't do it? What if she didn't do it? What if they didn't mean it like that? Comparing you in a bad way, in a derogatory way. And or oftentimes if you're doing something wrong and they name a person that has done something wrong, well, no, they shouldn't be mentioning that person. So that's a strike. That's wrong there. But then they were forced or chose that path to show you that you look like this person. You look like Junior doing it, man. Everybody knows that Junior is quick tempered. And because he said that, or she said that, you're offended, comparing you to Junior. But is it the Junior that he's really wanting you to see, or is it the actions? It's the actions. So how do you stop from being compared to something negative? By truly repenting. And that's what we're going to get through in some scriptures today about truly repenting. Okay? So we can't Philippians 2 and 3. Did you read it yet?
But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
Right. So we should be esteeming each other. When you esteem somebody, you give them credit. Now, what they won't do is they won't give you credit for the work that you didn't do. Do the work. And then you'll have praise of the same. Go to Proverbs 31. And 25, start there.
The book of Proverbs 31 and 25. Strength and honor are her clothing.
Right, strength and honor. Hold on. So it's not like she had a two-piece suit on, skirt suit, or nice long fancy dress. Her clothing is strength. What is she strong enough to do? Remember the words of wisdom I imparted into you earlier. When you don't know what to do, what do? Do what you know to do. So she's strong enough to do that. She's strong enough to apply the scriptures. That's her strength. A lot of times, sisters going to be treading in new waters, things that they ain't used to. Sometimes, sisters, you might get attacked. Right? Yeah, you might get attacked, elbowed. Not physically with an elbow, but you get elbowed with some instructions. Bam, baby, do this. And you don't feel like it. A lot of sisters that have been married for a long time and raising children and working a job, sisters got to wear capes. I mean, bro, we got to get some General Assembly capes for these sisters. But then you can walk around with your cape on and you can earn that cape. Keep it. Superwoman. Hey. Because you do get tired. Right? Sisters do get tired. And when they get tired, they don't want to do nothing. They want to be lovey-dovey or want to be calm, cool, and collected after they recuperated and fresh. When a man is expecting you to hit on all cylinders, no matter what you face with, he expect you to be strong. He don't expect you to use contention words of strife. Oh, you're gonna be faced with, and even sisters that are not married, single sisters. You've taken care of yourself. You got this plan, you had that plan, you're doing this and you're doing that. Now something is asked and it wasn't in the forecast. You got the day planned. Well, what attribute did Christ have that a woman like that she should possess? Corey? Strength. It's universal, so we won't be accepted. We got to hit this one on the nose. Jeremiah.
Easily imposed.
Right, easy impose. What you doing on your phone, bro? Right, so easily imposed. What does that mean? Uh, Shy, you know what that means? Easily imposed on?
Yes and no.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Like I know what it looks like, but to have a definition for it is a little different.
Okay, words. Who knows what if we can put it into words on what that means? Go ahead, Abulai.
Is imposed is like, say you got plans to do something, like you got plans to go to the movies, it's a Sunday, you got plans to go to the movies, and somebody call you and they need your help with something else. And instead of you like, oh, I got plans to do this, you be easy imposed, I'm like, all right, I'll help you with it, and you don't even make it no big a deal.
Okay, so that's an example of it. I'm looking for descriptions to explain it. It's like, you know how somebody say, I don't mean to intrude. Right. I don't mean to intrude. Or is to, like you would take in consideration what somebody's request and you would do it easily, even though you had something else already planned and mapped out. Or you could be in the midst of doing something. All right. You will let them come and intervene with what you got going on. So strength. So I was saying about I said the single sisters, because there's no man in your life giving you instructions and giving you orders to where you have to pick up behind or you have to make sure that something is in this place at that time. You know, you under strict and orders and things like that. So with single sisters, you're gonna be in a world of your own, doing your own thing. And now all of a sudden somebody's asking something of you. That's a part of you being strong too. And not just you being strong to do what you want to do. So strength and honor is the clothing. You know what the honor is? The honor is the regard that you have for yourself. And you have put honor to that. So remember, this is you, somebody is hurt because you got compared to somebody else. Whether that person was a good person to compare to or they was a bad person, you didn't like it. This is something that you have to do. Nobody can do this for you. And you can't do this repeating the same things over and over and over. Sooner or later, you got to see that we're lacking being strong, we're lacking the honor. Anybody can be redeemed. As long as the Lord accepts you, you can be redeemed from that. So precept, let me think of this. I'm trying. Second Corinthians 4. Yes. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 6. Right there.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and 6. For God, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, hath shined in our hearts.
Right. So you can redeem yourself. So now I say the Most High began to put something in your mind. The Most High put instructions in your mind. Most High is telling you what to do, telling you what not to do. That's the shining of the Lord, boy.
Hath shined in our hearts to give light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ.
So it says to get the Most High put the stuff in your mind to give the light of the knowledge of the glory. So that means the Most High put it in your mind what makes him happy, what the glory is. Glory is like celebration. What is the celebration of God? You keeping the commandments. You getting this thing. Now, wait a second. How many of you have seen somebody ride a bicycle for the very first time? You see them paddling. You know, they used to be leaning to the side, wearing them training wheels out, falling, and they're disappointed and crying. And then for one time, you get behind the bike, you're holding the seat, and boom, you let them go, and they got it. You know, they so happy they got it, right? Anybody experienced that before? You seen it? They get it, right? They're not, and from that point forward, they understand what's supposed to be done. Now, yeah, they still crash into scratch people's cars up. You know, they still use the heel to go and crash into the stop, right? But they don't need the training wheels. A few crashes, and then they going straight. They know how to keep it up right now. They got the feel, right? So the feel being the glory of riding. So the Most High shined in your hearts to put the knowledge of what his glory is. And so you got to get to a point to where you get it. And when you get it, like riding the bike, you're not supposed to lose that. That now glory, that's your glory. That's how you become a better person. That's how you get honored. From somebody seeing you do the right thing. To where the only person that you should be compared to is your teacher, your instructor, it possesses the Spirit of Christ. You shouldn't be compared to the devil. Jumped on somebody, they comparing you to that. That's on you. Hey, that's on you. You caused that. We paint the picture of what we want people to see about us. What I just say? Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember that. Okay, so 2 Corinthians chapter 4, now verse 7.
But we have this treasure.
Stop. But you got the knowledge that the Most High put in you, read,
in earthen vessels,
in your bodies. If you don't have it in you, you got a problem. You don't have no glory. You don't have no praise, no pat on the back, no daddy boy, no daddy girl, no all praises. Hold this, hold it. Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 29.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and 29.
Now think about this. I want this for us so bad. I want you to want it for us. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 29. Who will justify
Who
him?
will justify him? Who would justify him? Say that on three. 1, 2, and 3.
Who will justify him?
Right. Who will justify him? Go ahead.
That sinned against his own soul.
Right. You doing the wrong thing. Who gonna tell you that justify you or tell you that you're doing right? Don't never do that to nobody. You're not doing them no favors. You're supposed to stand on business of the Most High. You're supposed to stand 10 toes down. Never justify somebody. I'm going to give you a reason in my mind on why you doing this, that, and the third. Or I'm going to tell you that you're right and you know that this person is wrong. If you stand up with the wicked, you're going to go down with the wicked. You can't do that. And it hurts us that some of us, now let's not say you guys, but when I say us, I mean Israel, it hurts us that some of us make choices to commit sins, to do the wrong thing. And then want you to might look at it a certain way, like look at out of me, favor me. That's it hurtful. It's hurtful because we want something different. I see it all the time. I want different choices for people. But people make the decisions for themselves. They got to work out, they're working out their salvation. And I'm working on mine. Nobody can do that for you. That's why I brought you to this precept. Nobody can tell you that you're doing right if you're doing wrong. And trying to show you what it looks like, they may have compared you, because you say it hurts. They may compare you to somebody that was doing something wrong. And you didn't like that. Or they may have compared you to somebody that was doing something right. And you didn't like that because you want your works to be good enough when they were showing you that you should have been bringing forth the works of this good person. Shalom, my brother. Hey, either way, let's bag all this back up and let's get ourselves together so that when people think about us, they think about us with some respect, with some honor, with some glory. And where did it start? Where we showing you in the scriptures, go back to 2 Corinthians 4. We're showing you in the scriptures where it started. It started where the Most High placed it in your mind to shine the light of what he wants. That's where it started. It didn't start with the conversation between you and somebody else, between you and anybody. It starts with the Most High making it make sense when you get it. The same way like the child found glory in riding the bike. They're like, oh, wow, I finally got it. It clicked on them. Anybody that rides the bike no longer we're not leaning, riding down the street, leaning. We know you don't do that, but the child didn't know that at first. When they learned, they set up upright, boom, they got the control. They learned the controls, left brake, right brake, this, that, and the third. Pedal backwards to brake, hand brakes, front brake, back brake, gears. They learn. They got better and better. That's how you supposed to be doing. because the Lord is putting things into your mind so that you can do it. Stop ignoring it and being distracted. All these classes, stop being distracted by things that are stopping the flow of information from the Most High that's coming to you. You're not taking it serious. You're not hearing it because you're doing this or you're doing that. Hey guys, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm not tooting the horn, but you know what's not good? What's not good is to miss one of these classes. Because every time something come out, it's worth hearing. It's strengthening somebody's. And a lot of times, I don't know who left this. I'll get, and there's no problem with this. That's not an issue. But I'll get people come to me with a problem. And I just spoke 3 hours the day before over the same problem that they talking to me about. Guess where they were? Say where? I don't know. They weren't here. That was spiritually moved. I can't repeat that. I had to go back and listen to it myself. I listened to them myself at nighttime. And you know what? When I'm listening, like, man, boy, I sure better make sure I stick to that. Man. Ooh-wee, I sure better make sure I do that. I said that. Oh, that's the scripture, right? I have no choice. So not only is the Lord commanding you, but he's commanding me too, brothers. But if you don't hear it, how could you know? And something that a lot of people don't know is that you're still gonna be judged by it. Let's take this in high school or college or some type of course. You take the test, the days that you miss, isn't the material that you miss still on the test?
Yes.
See? They're still on the test. Not showing up this, the Most High still gonna hold us responsible for this thing. So let's make better choices. Let's try, get involved and learn and learn as much as we can and often as we can. Okay, so we're not done though. We have this treasure in earthen vessels. Go ahead.
That the excellency of the power may be of God and not of us.
So let's back up. The root word of excellency is what?
Excellent.
Excellent. So would we be tore up? No, we shouldn't be tore up. The scriptures say we should be excellent. When the Lord do his thing with us, you know how people be saying God ain't done with me yet? So when he done with you, you supposed to turn out excellent. Everybody see it? And he did it. And what they say out there in the world, won't he do it? They be like, won't he do it? But that last part, it may be of God and not of us. It may be of him. How is that on him? What did he do? Shy. What did he do? Okay. Anava, what did he do?
Yeah, it was spirit to do it.
Trail, what did he do? Bun. Trevon. Okay, Bun.
He didn't help us, he just taught us.
Trevon. Jeremiah. Okay, the guy next to you, Jeremiah. What's your name again, bro?
I'm letting it
Okay, I'll get it later. What did he do? Now,
He shined the lights in our heart.
that's what he did. That's exactly what he did. He shined it in your heart. He put it there because our hearts was dark. Our hearts was void. Our hearts was lacking. All right? Now go to the book of James. Okay, so what did he do again now?
He shined the lights in our heart.
And why did he shine a light in our heart, Corey?
because
Obadiah, Anava,
we from darkness.
because our heart was dark. James chapter 1 and verse 5. Let's read it together on 3. 1, 2. On 3. 1, 2, and 3.
If any of you lack wisdom,
Stop. If your heart is dark, read.
let him ask of God.
Stop. So he gonna do it. What do we gotta do? What do we have to do? We have to ask. You cannot just live your life and you're not asking the Most High. You're not praying. You're not communicating. You don't have a desire. You cannot just live your life and not have a desire. You gotta have the desire to want to do it. You cannot have the desire that you want it to go away. I don't want this attribute. I don't want this quality. I don't want to do that. Who don't understand what I'm saying? I'm not, this person, this is way far beyond you. Now it's the spirit. It's had nothing to do with you. This is Israel, period. You just happen to get your questions asked at the same time. You gotta want to do it. You cannot feel like I don't want to do this. If you in a relationship of marriage, if you in a companionship, a relationship brother to brother, meaning, oh, this is my brother here, this is my brother. I don't want to be the brother to this brother. Sister, you don't want to be the sister to the sister. You don't want to play your part. The light you ain't going to receive, the knowledge you ain't going to receive, the Most High will be trying to shine it in your heart because it's void, full of darkness. And the whole time, you don't even want that because in your mind, you're like, I don't want to deal with her. I shouldn't have to put up with her. I don't want to deal with him. I don't want to put up with it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with this, that, and the third. So you're going to remain dark, my friend. And your deeds are going to be wicked. Yeah. So with all these little all these little bulletin points, you can't miss this. You got to want it. If you don't want it, God ain't giving it to you. It says if you desire wisdom, I think that's how he said, if you lack wisdom and you want it, you got to ask. Like you ask for anything else. Lord, let me get this position. I hate that nigga. You should have been asking for the spirit to overcome. The spirit to get along, the spirit to love, the spirit to be like-minded. You should have been asking for the spirit of the Most High. You got to ask. You can't go through life with, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be that. I don't want it to be like that. You're going to struggle. You must do what the scriptures say you must do. It ain't going to go away. Do everybody understand? Because to me, it's understand. Am I making sense? Trevon, let me use you for an example, if you don't mind. Say, for instance, your dad is requiring certain things from you. You don't have the ability to just do it on your own. It's pleasing him. Is it make you look good? It's dark. It ain't dark. It's void. It's dark. You don't want to have to do that responsibility. Period. You don't like it. You don't want to have to do it. You don't want to have to keep doing it. This, that, and the third. You're going to always have a problem. You're not supposed to feel like that. Because inside of your mind, you're supposed to want to do it. And if you want to do it inside of your mind, then you would be asking the Most High to help you do the thing and rightly, correctly, so it doesn't bother you and it makes peace with your Father. Understand? But you will never have that peace if in your mind you don't ever want to do it. You looking for the day to where you don't even have to do it no more. Your whole time is going to be in misery. A lot of people be wondering why they live in miseries. Because the life you don't want to live. And it's commandment ordered. This is a commandment. You must keep the commandments of the Most High. You cannot pick and choose what you want to apply, what you want to believe in, how you're supposed to feel. God is telling you how to feel. As a matter of fact, he's telling us to crucify your affections. Do you know what that means? Like Christ was hung and put to death? How you feel about what you think and what you want and your will, he said, put that to death. And if you do that, then bring in, I need to do this. Lord, help me to do this. Show me how to do it. And that's got to bring you to grace. That's going to bring you to glory. That's going to bring you to respect. That's going to bring you to honor. That's going to bring you to good name. I'm still trying to help us to understand this. Because somewhere, somebody's miserable about something that they got to do. And that misery will be there for however long that you decide to be stubborn. It's not the Most High. Any questions before we move on? I'm looking for the moment that somebody can give this back to me. Okay. So we was at James 1:5. It says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God. If you're having a hard time, it's dark in there, you think you can't figure it out, you're frustrated, you're having an issue, you're having problems, you should be praying. You should be asking the Most High not to take it away, but to give you the spirit to do it. Because that's what you need to do. That's That's what's required of you. So you pray and ask the Most High help you do it. Not, Lord, you don't want to do it. Not that. It says that give it to all men liberally. And that means he'll give it to you freely. Freely meaning it's not a figure of if it costs. It means that he will not stop the flow of what you can comprehend. But he can help you to comprehend. So the Most High, so I'm going to say this and then I'm going to show us in Scripture. The Most High will not stop the flow of information to you. You're asking him to help me with this. No brother or no sister should be feeling like I don't want to do it. When you find out, so if you find out you have a problem with doing something that you're supposed to do, you repent and then you ask the Lord to help you to do it because you know that it has to be done. And most of the time you've been running from it. You've been running from it, not doing it, but doing what you want to do. You've probably been causing sorrow and grief, heartaches and headaches. It could be you might have been starting confusion. So a brother tells me that about some people that's not in truth, that he knows a couple that's finna get a divorce because the woman don't want to do nothing. So the guy is finna divorce her. She don't want to do no responsibilities, no chores, no cooking, no cleaning. She's on strike. Shit, she might as well work for the board. Yeah, sister's on strike. She don't want to be a woman no more. They got 2 children. Just got that serious where the guy is gonna file for divorce. So then now the brother that's in the truth is trying to, counsel him and talk to him and he'll tell him how to work things out. But I think his mind is made up because the woman is hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. So once that divorce set in and they separate, she's gonna realize that she's let her man go. Sisters, never let your man go. You don't do that. Good men are hard to find. Any man can come through, and have sex with you and stuff like that. But that's nothing regarded. That's like eating out the trash, vomit, and dog poop. Sex is without marriage. It's unclean and unsanitary. So you got a husband, deal right. You don't have a husband, wait. The Most High gonna show you the person that's for you. You ain't got to do nothing but keep the commandments. That's it. You ain't asking to bring the sun up. It's shining out there now. He already knows. Husbands, don't turn your wife loose. So brothers, they mad, they get mad, they get upset, they ready to learn to let the woman go. Brother, never let a woman go. Guys, you come together is forever, eternal. There's nowhere else to go. So now you're stuck, in a good way. So I told you about the short stories because if this if this woman knew what to do, she wouldn't be getting divorced. The guy is divorcing her. She was content on just doing what he wanted, or doing what she wanted to do. She wanted the guy to accept that. But they're not in scripture, so they're not listening to no scriptures. They just going off what they're gonna do in the scriptures. So when you pray unto the Most High, go to Ephesians, the 3rd chapter. But when you pray unto the Most High, you want the Most High